all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house. 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 It's all about house music.
Cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and starlight. It's our lives in hindsight. And as I lay here in the street, I see what I need. I need escape from this debris. Carefree.
Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Drops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control.
Church, but I'm raging on a Sunday. Lord to confess, fuck it, worry about it someday. Baptized in the crowd, cause they're looking pretty thirsty. Save me from myself and take me to the promised land. This is a chapel, and these words are Sunday. Baptized in the crowd, cause they're looking pretty thirsty. Send me from my suffering, take me to the promised land. I should be at church, but I'm preaching on a Sunday. Love to confess, fuck it, worry about it Sunday. Baptized in the crowd, cause they're looking pretty thirsty.
I should be at church, but I'm raging on a Sunday.
This is a holiday, and you've been resurrected. Rise from the grave when everyone least expects it. We are the ones
Let
that
the song play
come
out for a little bit longer.
being rejected. Hiding the bones and
Just because it isn't too bad.
learning our lesson. I should be at church, but I'm raging on a Sunday.
Well, I don't want it to pick up everything. I turned the audio down. On the screen, so it should be a little longer, or a little
I should be at church, but I'm raging on a Sunday.
Okay.
I should be at church, but I'm raging on a Sunday. I'm raging on a Sunday. I have to confess, and I'll worry about that someday.
Let's get started on this. Alright, hello. Welcome to the lobby for today. Hopefully the game sound is actually coming through. I figured out how to fix that earlier. I don't know why the sound driver got switched to something different, but it did. So it's like people keep joining in and then leaving. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'll probably get some people in here in a little bit. Yeah, or I was saying that they're like, cause they had that update today, so that could be something. But I don't know what you've been doing on your computer to mess it up. I mean, clearly it's something you've done. Hello, Supermax. Zian voice. Hello. Can you hear me? My mic is perma-muted right now for some reason. Options, sound. Yeah, it should be gone through. Hello. That is weird. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me. Hello. It's still not letting me join voice chat. So let me go to a custom thing real quick, see if it'll go in this way. But let me. Okay, so let's me go into team chat.
Oh, good.
But okay, there it goes. Okay, now I reset. Okay, cool.
Howdy.
Hello.
What are we gonna play?
We're gonna be playing quick play, but this is a coaching group for like gold and under, so.
Big mood. Yeah, I'm gold and under.
I'm gold.
Awesome. Make sure you guys' public or profile is all public and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty sure it is.
no, I'll be going through it.
What's up?
Yeah, Era, I'm pretty sure you probably go on all those shitty sites and go on the blacklisted websites and stuff like that. That's usually what you don't want to be doing on a computer. That's how you get viruses.
Yeah. And all that does is slow your network down, which slows your gameplay down, which sucks everything.
Yeah, that's true. See, they're right. Flickety Flat, can you go to public your profile, please, if it's not going public already?
It's trending on Twitter. Oh my god.
Hey, Flickety, hello. Okay. So while we're waiting on the last two people, I guess, do you guys have any questions about anything?
I just want to play.
Okay. Well, this is a coaching group, so if you're just wanting to play or something, then this is not like the group for you.
You're gonna teach us how to get better?
Does Diamond decay?
Yes.
It does. Okay.
Masters
so you have
decay,
to keep
diamond
playing.
decays.
That's
And
the point. If people are just like they want to stay in silver or gold to plat, you can stay there if you'd like. But if you're really wanting to move up the ranks and get better, you got to play more.
Yeah.
This is true.
Flickety Flack, can you go ahead? Oh, okay, cool. He might have been perma-muted as well.
Because most of the people I notice in like silver and back up to gold, they're kind of people that, they work or something, or they're just drunk off their ass, or they're stoned or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
Dealt
up?
with that, and they're funny.
Welcome, Flickety Flack. Was you perma-muted too?
What's up?
Was you perma-muted too? Because that just happened to me before.
I don't know.
Because I couldn't join voice chat for the first 3 minutes of
I think I
starting
said
this
something.
lobby. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
alright.
we couldn't hear you. Can everybody public their profile? I think it was you that needed to public yours. I don't know if Des Dayton did. Alright,
There
okay,
you go.
cool. Alright, so like I said, this is a coaching group for golds and under. So it looks like everybody here is at least gold or under. We're gonna be going over some basic stuff of how to play your heroes right, how to make team comps correctly, how to focus targets, all that type of stuff. But first we're going to talk about some stuff, and then we're going to get into our first match, and then I'll explain, or before we get into our first match, I'll explain how this lobby works. So, couple of questions I usually like to ask is, what do you guys think, the most effective role in Overwatch to the least effective? So,
No comprendo.
Say that again.
what is the most effective roles in Overwatch to the least effective?
Roles?
Yes, roles.
Like
I'd
heal,
have-
support.
I'd say healing is probably the most effective.
Yeah, support, there's support, damage, and tanking. Those are the three.
Yeah,
Major.
okay.
If you
What-
simplify them.
Is that a trick question?
Tanking is the
No.
least, right?
Healing.
Healing's the most.
I don't know. It depends.
Okay, well, what do you guys think is the least effective role in the game?
Nothing. You play as a team.
Torbjorn.
Yeah, that's true. But there is roles that are more effective in Overwatch.
What do you mean effective? What do you mean by
Effective in winning the game
Okay, but
DPS.
what are you measuring that by?
by winning the game. What do you know? What is most effective in the game?
DPS
Okay,
has to
tell
be
us.
really good.
The objective.
The objective?
Well, it has to be there's not an objective role, so it's there's.
No, I'm
healing,
saying the-
there's- oh, okay,
like-
okay, yeah. So there's healing, there's DPS, and there's tanks. So what do you guys think are the most important role to the least effective, like the least important role.
I guess it's how you play the character. Like,
No.
I don't know.
I mean,
Okay,
imagine
what is
imagine
DPS?
everybody's
DPS.
imagine everybody's gonna have like 100%, like everybody's playing at the peak, right?
Pocket.
So are you guys saying DPS is the most effective or most important? I'm guessing.
I don't know. Really don't know.
Shield things. I don't know.
All right, so let's simplify this even further. What type of game modes are there? There's like 3 game modes, right? There's the assault, which 2 CP. There's control point, and then there's hybrid, and then there's like the other. Oh, okay, well, this person doesn't want to learn clearly.
Okay.
So there's those 3-4 game modes, right? What do all those have in common to win? Like, what do you have to do to win those?
When?
Go to the payload, be on the payload.
Play as a team.
Be on the objective, right?
Yeah.
So every game mode is objective based, right?
Isn't that what we said? We said objective.
That's not a role though.
Okay.
I've taken it back a further step to kind of understand what is the most important. What are the most important roles? So
Stay together.
now that you know that objectives are the most important roles, what do you need to be able to take an objective or hold an objective or something like that?
Cooperative team communication.
On roles,
Yeah,
strictly
stick together.
roles, strictly roles. Tanks, DPS, healers. What
You
do
need all of it.
You don't have to have all of it.
You need all of it.
No,
You
you
need damage, but you need all of it, don't you?
You need an alt to break through.
Nope. So,
Basically, you can have a game with
Hey, this is a
DPS
little
and
ridiculous,
So-
isn't it?
so have you guys ever heard of the team comp goats?
Yes.
Yes.
So you guys are telling me that you need everything to take an objective, right? So how many
You need-
how many DPS is in goats?
0.
Okay then,
0.
right?
Okay, but you still do damage, but okay.
But it's not a DPS role, right? They're healers getting played and there's tanks getting played, right? There's no Pharah, there's no Widow, there's no Tracer, no Genji. Right? Those are DPS roles.
They're
Yeah.
using the resources.
Yeah, but either way, you're not needing a DPS to necessarily take an objective, hold an objective, or anything like that. So with
you
that with that being in mind, and now you know that the only way you're going to win this game is by taking the objective. Now, yes, if the enemy team wants to stop you, you have to kill them by using whatever means necessary, which could be killing them. But by far, if they don't go to the point and you go to the point, you're going to win no matter what. So now you got that simplified, is that this is an objective-based game. You have to have tanks to be able to hold on to the point, because you have to have HP, and in the game, there's tank roles that can hold an objective. Right? Because you can go to a point as like a Lucio, right? Pretty good sustain, hard to hit, but he only has 200 HP. So if they try to take the objective from you, he's going to die pretty easily if they focus him down. But a tank and any of the tanks, like any of the main tanks that are supposed to take space, so you got like the Orisa, Rhine, Winston, Wrecking Ball, those are main tanks. If they want to take this space, they have abilities in the game that can hold that space, right? They got a shield.
So tanks are the best. Tanks are the best.
Tanks are your number one role. So they got the shield, they got abilities to hold an objective to where they're not taking damage and stuff like that. So
I like tanks. I
they
pick tank.
they are the most effective role in Overwatch. Now, very close under that is the healers. Because if the healers die, what happens to your team?
Falls apart.
Exactly, right? I don't know how many times you guys played, but like I'm pretty sure you guys have killed somebody in their backline, right? You go for their backline, you kill them, and then you see your backline die, and then you still end up losing the fight because your backline died.
Your healer was exposed.
Exactly. Due to either them playing bad, due to them being out in position, being them not getting killed for by your front line, being nobody following up on, like, no matter what, they died. It doesn't matter what the issue is.
Don't chase.
So
is the thing.
well, I mean, you can chase. It just kind of depends. If you're going to chase, your healer has to play correctly. If you're going to chase, you have to know when not to chase and when to pull back, and who is going to pull back and who's going to be doing that. That's more depending on what your team comp is and stuff like that. Some roles you have this person peeling. Some
Like
roles
a pharmacy could pocket and go forward because you got Mercy and Farah.
Yeah.
You got Flight.
Dash in a tank?
Huh?
Dash in a tank?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
I mean, he's a DPS. He has a tank configuration does not mean he is a tank. So, now that you guys know that tanks are the most effective and literally shortly right after the healers are, next thing is DPS. DPS is the least effective in Overwatch. Because I'm pretty sure
There's a lot of them.
I'm pretty sure you guys have all played DPS at least once. And you've played in Widow or playing whatever, and you're trying to get an angle. You can't do anything because you can't really take space because your tanks aren't taking space, right? Or you've been in a complete opposite situation where you get 2 or 3 kills, right? And your tanks are still fighting in the choke. And you're like, why can nobody go to the objective, right? Because you can't go to the objective because you have 200 HP. Or 250, whatever. You can't really go to the objective and take the objective because you don't have any abilities to hold a point, take space. That's what your tanks are for. So if your tanks are playing bad, unless your DPS is killing 4 or 5 people to where your tanks don't have to do anything and they can just walk for it, then okay, go ahead. But I can almost guarantee you that's not going to happen. And if it is, the person on DPS is not going to be at that rank that long if they're consistently doing that. So, now that you guys kind of understand like what the roles are going to be the most effective to the least effective, let's go over some other stuff with like roles broken down a little more. So let's go with tanks first because tanks is the most cut and dry when it comes to these types of things. Let's see if any of you guys is paying attention. What are your off tank roles? So there's main tank and off tank. Those are the 2 tank roles. What tanks would be your off tank? So if you look at your hero gallery, what tanks would be your off tanks and what tanks would be your main tanks?
Zarya, Hog.
Hog, Zarya, Roadhog, and Diva.
You said what was the first one you said?
Winston.
Okay,
I don't even know.
So everybody's agreed that Hog and Diva are off tanks. Is
Zarya.
everybody agreeing that Zarya is too, or no, or yes?
I'm not sure on Zarya, but
Okay.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, so undecided on that one, so 50-50. But everybody knows that Diva and Hog are definitely off tanks.
I'm decided that Zarya's off tank, but okay.
Okay, so one person saying that Zarya's an off tank. What about Wrecking Ball, Winston?
I was gonna say Wrecking Ball, Hog, Diva, and not Zarya or even Ryan. They're not in those categories.
So Wrecking Ball's you're saying Wrecking Ball's a main tank or Wrecking Ball's an off tank?
Wrecking Ball's more of an off tank because he's got the miniguns, and he's also got the barrier to push.
Okay, so he's more of an off tank. Is everybody agreeing with that Wrecking Ball's an off tank and not a main tank?
Yes, he is.
Does anybody disagree? No? Okay.
Seen him. I've heard that. I mean, I've heard of him played as a main, but I don't know.
No, because
I consider him more of an off tank, but I've just heard of him played more as a main. Like, I've seen like comps where they don't play any like shield tanks, and it's just ball.
So let's wrap this up a little quick. What about Winston? Is Winston a main or an off?
I'd say main.
Some people saying main, some people saying off. What? Is anybody saying off, or is everybody saying main?
I think he's kind of off.
Yeah, he's off.
Yeah, he's off.
So some people saying off, some people saying main, and I'm guessing from what everybody's responses are, Orisa and Ryan are definitely main tanks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
Winston should be at main tank though, because he's able to repel.
Well, we got about 50-50 on Winston. Wrecking Ball, Searing, everybody's kind of saying off tank, right? maybe 80-20 on the poll. And then everybody definitely agrees that Zarya, Roadhog, D.Va are off tanks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys are all right on Zarya, Roadhog, and D.Va being off tanks. Those are definitely off tanks. So let me ask you a question on the other tanks. What is a main tank's role supposed to be? Like, what are they supposed to be
Protect
doing?
the team.
Have a
Shield for the most part.
If it doesn't have a shield, it's not maintained.
Yeah, protect team shield.
It has to protect Bastion.
So
Whoever
with that,
takes the most damage, and I just
So-
looked at Wrecking Ball. He's got 500 health.
so if we're looking at protecting teammates or with the shield or something, Winston is. Let's say Winston's a main tank. Is he going to be shielding his team, or what is he using the shield for exactly?
He's gonna shield
No.
himself when he jumps up there.
D.Va bombs.
The team too.
Just waste it.
So
You just wait.
so
Yeah.
just waste it. Just put it there.
just-
Like, look, hey, we're getting a big blue ball. Look at it. It looks shiny. Focus on that. Don't focus
Say
on
a
me.
waste just for yourself.
Yeah.
It's a
so-
distract. It's a decoy.
Like if I'm playing Winston, I like to jump up and then throw the shield down. But I'm doing it for the team too. I'm not just doing it for myself.
So let's go over like what main tanks are and what off tanks are, and then I'll explain to you what main tanks and off tanks are supposed to do. First, we're gonna start with off tanks. So the off tanks are Zarya, Roadhog, and D.Va. Those are the 3 off tanks in the game. They threaten the space that main tanks take, or they peel, or they help with whatever the main tank's needing to do, essentially. So that's what the main tank would be, or the off tank would be doing. The main tanks in the game are Reinhardt, Orisa, Winston, and Wrecking Ball. Though all 4 of those are main tanks. Main tanks will take space or demand resources from them. So now that you know that they demand space, or they can take space, or they demand resources, Reinhardt and Orisa will take space, right? They're going to put their shield at this location, and they're going to slowly start pushing up by having a 2,000 shield in front of everybody saying, you're not going to shoot past here, we're going to break your shield, we're going to push forward because we have this shield here, right? Now, and same thing somewhat with Orisa. Now, with Winston and Wrecking Ball, they are resource demanding, right? Because if you are playing, say you're playing Ana, you're in the back line, right, healing your team, Winston jumps on you. Okay, what 2 options do you have to do?
Say it again.
If you're playing an Ana or Zen or somebody in the back line, or a Widow, or whatever, Winston jumps on you, what are your options? Like, what are your 2 major options?
Flee.
So either
So
run away,
Get towards your team.
or...
Yeah, get towards your team.
Okay,
Or
so we got
sleep.
one away. We got run away is one. What is the other thing you could do?
Discord sleep.
Go towards your team, or if you have an ability that can distract them, remove them. Like a junk can, or if he's back there, a junk can bomb him away, or some kind of mobility to get towards your team,
Also, yeah.
or some kind of sleep or something.
Yeah,
To
get
distract.
Get him out of the space. Make him leap.
So there's 2 real things you can do. Is either one, you can run away, which everybody kind of said. The other thing is, like, you're going to have to kill him.
No, you should just pressure him. And
Yeah,
like,
those are
Focus him.
the
Both
2
of them
things
focus
you're
him.
going to be able to do as somebody who's going to be getting dove by Winston. Yes, people can come back and peel for you, but that's not what you do. That's what your team can do. You have 2 options. You can either run, or you can either fight.
Survival is the key.
Either way, the Winston's going to get benefit out of that. And the reason why is because let's take Hanamura for example, right? First point 2 CP. If the Ana, everybody knows when you're attacking, right? You got that small little choke and all that stuff, right? And widows will usually hold on the high ground, or Anas will usually hold in the back right if you're attacking by the mini health pack or something somewhere back. They're not going to be extremely close to their team, right? If you dive that Ana there, and let's say you have a Widow on your team, that Ana is either, one, going to run out of her safe location and get killed by the Widow, or she's going to not be able to heal her team, and everybody in the front line can just rush to the front line, right? no matter what, the front line's not getting healed because now they have a Winston on it. Now your Winston is shielding the Ana, where she has to get out of position, she has to rotate, she has to move around, all that type of stuff, right? So that's how Winston demands resources, and he opens up space for everybody because he jumps in, he sections off the back line or wherever, whoever he wants. He cuts those people off. He demands resources on him. So now he's demanding somebody help that Ana, right? Because if you're on the defense, you're like, oh man, we got to help our Ana because our Ana can't die. Now you're using abilities to kill the Winston, and then during that whole time, your DPS will have complete open area because the front line is now not looking at the DPS. So the same aspect can be done with Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball is pretty much the same way. Wrecking Ball will go in and disrupt enemy team, demand resources on the enemy team, and hey, Molten, can you go public your profile, please? Will demand resources on the enemy team, which will also open up space for your DPS. And that's kind of what you want to do as a main tank or as a main tank. Well, is Molten gonna public his profile? Molten, is he here? So that's pretty much it when it comes to like the tank stuff. We're not gonna go over anything else right now. Can you join voice chat?
He was in voice chat, but it seems he left.
Yeah, he just joined. Yeah, he just left. Okay, we're getting another 5 seconds because we need to start this lobby soon. Okay, well, he's not wanting to play.
I did not realize that most with Winston, but that is very interesting.
Yep, and then obviously you're not going to be jumping in by yourself most of the time.
No, you get like a Mercy or something in your pocket.
You can have a Mercy to follow you, can have a Diva to follow you in, you can have a Genji, Doomfist, Sombra, you can have a Widow following up on the stuff you're going on, because they're going to be out of position. So, like, that's why dive comp, that's why you see certain heroes in dive comp, right?
I banned it by accident.
Alright, I was like,
Yeah,
what the heck?
okay.
You just left, like, mid-conversation. But essentially, that's how you'd want to do it. As Winston and stuff like that, you don't want to just sit there and just do nothing, right? You want to be diving in on a target and attacking that target or getting them out of position most of the time. Now,
It's kind of why you see someone like XQC, why he's able to throw him off so easily.
No, because he's going in and he's taking space from the healers and he's demanding resources on them. And if they don't react to it fast enough, they either die or the front line ends up dying. So either way, it's a win-win situation. But you just have to make sure you're playing him correctly and not taking any chip damage and not like wasting your cooldowns on the front line. Because if you're playing Ryan versus Winston and they have people in the back line, you don't want to fight that Ryan. You're not going to benefit anything from it. You need to go to the back line because that Ryan's going to continue getting healed unless you start attacking their back line. So, let's go over how this lobby is going to work when we actually start playing. So, the first match tonight, I'm not going to be saying anything. I'm going to be letting you guys pick your heroes, pick your roles. Your roles will be locked, so if you're wanting to switch roles, you can do that after I get done talking. But I'm going to let you guys pick your hero, the best hero for the map, for the side, for the team comp that you're wanting. So if you're, like, if everybody's agreeing, hey, we're going to go bunker, and somebody goes Orisa, and then somebody goes Hog, and then somebody goes Doomfist. Then it's like, okay, what's the point of the Doomfist there? Doomfist isn't going to help anything with bunker, right? Because he's going to go in and we can't support him. So that's what I'll be looking at, is making sure you're picking, like, if everybody kind of agrees on a certain comp, then hey, we're all going to go around this, pick the correct hero for that. Or if you guys all pick like a Ryan Zarya on like New Bonnie or Watchpoint Gibraltar, where it's mostly Winston, then I'll be looking at everybody like, why would you go that when there's so much high ground and stuff like that? So that's some stuff that I'll be looking at. When it comes to hero picks, I'll be looking at positioning of like the tanks and healers. I'll be looking at DPS for the ultimate usage and the correct DPS they're using. So I'm not really going to be looking for them as much as mechanical skill or making sure they're like in position all the time, because most DPS will play their role correctly. But I have seen my fair share of McCree's going around the back and trying to do some crazy flank in one of these lobbies, and I'm just like, what in the hell? Like, why would you ever do this? Because in a normal game, you're just gonna die. So, and unless you tell your team that you're gonna go on some crazy flank, and they just kind of like feed until you get to that flank, and then you come around, it's like, okay, now we're going to push in at once, and McCree's already behind, and stuff like that. So, like, if you plan it out, then it's fine. But if you don't plan it out, then that's when it's not fine. So it's better to have a plan that goes bad rather than have no plan and expect your team just to follow up with whatever the fuck you're wanting to do.
Oh yeah, I didn't think.
Also, when we're in this lobby, I want you guys to try hard. I want you guys to think of it as a competitive scene, like if you're playing on a team or whatever. So you want to be in that setting of try-harding and everything like that. And then on the other side, also be try not to be toxic to one another, because you want to have everybody's here to learn. So don't get mad at anybody for not doing this correctly, or don't try to give advice, because you guys are all around the same rank. So your advice is not going to be any better than anybody else's here. So keep that in mind as well. Try not to coach anybody. Just tell them, hey, we probably shouldn't do that. We need to be doing this instead. So keep that in mind.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
I'll do this one game here, but I do have to go to bed because I have work at 6 in the morning here.
Okay, well then go ahead, head out, because
I mean, no, I can play this one match.
Yeah, but it's not going to work out for the thing, because if you have to leave, then we're just going to have to repeat the whole thing again. It'll just be easier if you want to. Hold on 1 second. Let me copy something real quick. All right, let me get this Discord link for him so that he can come in and watch the stream. And then he can get all the... Okay, so...
We all have lives too.
Yeah, I do too. But, I mean...
Okay, I'll add that Discord.
That Discord is there for coaching. It has the stream if you want to catch the stream. And you can watch along and ask questions and stuff like that. So then I can get people who are able to actually play, and then you guys can still get that information and ask questions while still without having to mess up somebody else's play.
I mean, I really do want to improve. I want to get up to eventually to diamond.
Yeah, normally I do these groups a little earlier. I did it a little late today because I had other stuff to do. But if anything, you can always, like I said, you can go, if you don't want to watch the stream because you got to go sleep or whatever, post questions in the Discord under like where you can ask me, or you can post VODs and we can do one-on-one VOD review, and I can go over some of the stuff that you're doing wrong, doing good, bad picks, great picks, all that type of stuff. So
yeah, I especially like the new instant replay thing that they just added in.
Yeah, I'll have to see how.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, I'll have to see how that'll play into the point of doing a VOD review, since you can't share them yet. Which is...
Do you guys know how to copy links from the Overwatch?
You have to type it. You have to type it and then copy.
Type it?
Huh?
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Type it, Control-Alt-C. And then whoever has to leave, if you join that, go ahead, join that. You can post questions. If you want to watch a stream, there's a stream Impulse over OW. You can watch that and then post questions and stuff like that. I'll be talking to you guys during the match while I'm muted and telling you guys kind of the stuff that I see. And if I don't see anything, then I'll just kind of read chat and stuff like that. So let me know so we can switch to this. Get some more people in here. And while we're waiting, if anybody has any questions, please go ahead and bring them up. And yes, Arrow, 8 out of 20 is out of 5 people. Or 8
I'm in the right one, right? Help.
Yep. Chosen One 666. One, is it possible to one-trick Tracer all the way up to top 500? I don't know about Tracer right now in this meta. I'd say there's a lot more openings for stuff. If you're very mechanically gifted, you could probably make it to GM pretty easily. One-tricking Tracer. Top 500 is going to be pretty tough just because, like, even in GM, it's still, like, there's still a lot of nerfs to, there's that nerf to Tracer, and there's a lot of heroes that can kind of counter. So, and, go ahead.
I was gonna say, are they testing out the new Symmetra teleporter?
The new Symmetra teleporter, what do you mean?
You mean like how it had the 1 to 1.5 range?
Oh, that's already live.
I know it's live and all that, but is that starting to have pretty good implications right now, or not really?
Oh, Sim's still bad. It doesn't matter how good her teleport is.
Yeah, I wish it still had the link gun, basically.
Yeah. Hey, Flackity, thank you.
I followed your Twitch.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Thanks, appreciate it. But yeah, yeah, Sim's still going to be bad just because her mid-fight game is not good. Like, it'll get you to the point, but like once you're there, if you don't just frag out completely from surprise, then Sim doesn't really benefit anything. Yeah, but if you go, like, if you're gonna one trick a hero, the best thing I would say would probably be Sombra, just because you can play Sombra in every team comp right now, or Diva. Diva's good in almost every team comp, and Sombra's EMP is so strong and it charges so fast. You can get an EMP almost every team fight, which guarantees you a one team fight because they have no abilities, they can't use ultimates, stuff like that. Thank you.
So you're saying for tanks, Diva is.
Diva's played like 97% of the time.
Okay.
So you can't really go wrong with Diva. Now with her defense matrix nerf, it might go down a little bit, but she's still ridiculously strong.
What's the nerf? Just less time on the matrix.
Less time, and it's 15 meters to 10. So now it's 10.
It's good, but it got reduced a bit.
Yeah, it's still an amazing ability. Like it's the best ability in the game. It's still just, I mean, it's still really strong. Okay, so whoever's leaving, go ahead, head out now, and then we can start getting this. We can start getting these next people in here. But yeah, if you have questions, go ahead, type them in chat. I'll be answering stuff in chat, like when we're in the thing, or if I'm not busy while playing and stuff like that. Right.
Are you streaming right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Where's that under?
Impulse _ Overwatch, or Impulse OW.
Is it on the Discord though?
Yes. Should be under Who's Live. If you click the thing under roles, when you select your roles, you can be ready to you can get the notifications when I go live for like coaching, workshop game modes, or when I'm like in a scrim or something.
Oh.
Alright, so who's leaving and who's staying? Because I gotta start removing people so we can get this lobby started.
I'm leaving right now. All right.
Okay. So that's
good night, guys.
All right. See ya. Have a good night. Thanks for coming in. Does
No
anybody else have? Is anybody else leaving?
Oh no, I should be on for the next hours.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't plan on staying for no 10 hours tonight. I'm planning on leaving after like maybe 4 games.
Yeah, I can stay for that.
Yeah, same.
So, if anybody has any questions or anything like that, go ahead, post them in chat, or go ahead, post them, or if you guys have questions, you can bring them up here.
Is Winston on payload defense like always frowned upon?
Is always what? What do you mean?
Frowned upon, like not a good choice.
Winston's just going to depend on the map. It doesn't necessarily.
So, but even on defense?
Yes.
Okay, but I'm just on payload maps.
If like on Dorado, for example, second point is really good for Winston.
Okay, but not the whole map.
Not the whole map. It would go like if you look at first, second, third, it's like Ryan, Winston, Ryan, or if you're on defense, Risso, Winston, Rhine, or Orisa, Winston, maybe Orisa again if you could set back up. But normally, it would be like Rhine, Winston, Rhine. And that's kind of how you'd be doing it.
And on attack payload, is it still like
same thing? If it goes more about the map geometry than it does anything else. If there's a lot of high ground, it's probably going to be more beneficial for Winston. If there's not a lot of high ground, probably not going to be as beneficial.
Why is it beneficial for high ground?
Because it's a lot easier to look at who you're wanting to jump from. You can get longer range. Oh man, I almost choked on the sucker. Longer range for your jump, and they can't shoot you as easy. If you're on low ground as Winston, you're susceptible to everybody that's shooting at you, right? If you're on high ground, now only 3 people can get you. And
but that means you're jumping to high ground for a reason, though.
Yes, to take space.
Okay.
Because most of the time, if you jump to high ground first, they're going to have to turn to look at you, which will cause them to rotate. During that rotation is when you look for kills.
Okay, because like when I'm playing Winston, I'm jumping up to jump to like land on people.
You don't have to all the time. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you don't have to. It just kind of depends. Yeah. It just depends on what your opportunity is. But if you don't really
I usually jump down on people if I have my shield ready, or if I'm going to have it ready.
Yeah, it just kind of depends on what the what is going on. If you can jump from the level ground to another level ground and get like you have the opportunity, then yeah, definitely go for it. It just kind of depends.
Okay.
Hello, Toxic Grill. We're getting into our first match of tonight. I'm just going to be kind of watching you guys, and I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to let you guys pick the heroes for the best heroes for the map, or for the point of the map, or for the team comp that you're wanting to go with. All right, see you, Maximum Crunch. Thanks for the follow, and have a good night as well. Hope you get some sleep for work. But yeah, I'm going to be kind of just watching you guys, making sure you're picking the correct hero, using ult at the right time, positioned well, stuff like that. It's just going to be an observant type of match. So I'll answer one last question. Chosen 6661 has a question. Would having an FPS that varies between 100 to 150 FPS affect your aim? Yes. Like, not necessarily... Yeah, as in, like, if it's, like, if you can sustain it at 150, then, yeah, if you can sustain it at 100, yeah, but if you're going from, like, 150 and then dropping to 100, yeah, that's going to affect your aim, because that's, like, stuttering. So, if you're having that, then, yeah, it's probably going to be pretty tough for you to hit shots. And then, Gold Hills as DPL. Well, I mean, that's what we're going to do this for. And then, like I said, if you want to join the Discord, I'll post the link again. If you can always listen to VOD and ping me, and we can go over VOD reviews sometime. Whenever you're free, and well, whenever our schedules match. So, let's go into our first match, and good luck in you guys' games. I'll play whatever one you're wanting me to play. If you have something specific for me for your team comp that you're wanting. If not, I'm just gonna pick the best thing that I can pick that I think would work.
Can you put your Discord in Twitch chat?
Yeah, it's right under the it should be right.
Is it in your about?
Yeah, no, it's in the are you on mobile or are you on PC? Because it should be
on PC.
It should be like if you scroll down, it should have like a little thing that says help. Like a big icon that says help on it. Unless something got changed, which, I mean, I can check, but... Last time I checked, there shouldn't be.
No, you're good.
So, everybody on Twitch, I'll be talking to you guys about kind of like what I think is going good, what I think is going bad, stuff that we're probably going to end up working on, stuff like that.
Prepare for battle.
Sanctum's going to be a big boot map, so looks like we're going to main tanks. Is there something specific you guys are wanting me to go here, or you guys just want me to pick what I think?
No, go. Whatever you want.
Okay.
I mean, Lucio, maybe. For Sanctum.
Well,
But go what you want. Go what you want.
I'm playing for 3 people.
Never stick to the
So I'm
plan.
gonna pick Ana,
And if you get in
just
trouble,
because there's
I'll
nothing
bail
to
you
heal
out.
our Winston, nothing to heal our Genji. And we don't really need it. We may not need a defensive ult. Yes, the Lucio might be better, but with this map being so long range, Winston and Genji's probably going to be a better option than having the Orisa.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
Okay, so
I don't know
now
what's the
we're-
point of like if Genji.
It's so weird playing at 60 FPS. Alright, so looks like there's no communication on what the fuck we're doing right now. I don't know.
You're going to be okay.
I sighted the enemy.
This will help. You're covered.
The objective is now.
Oh man, I'm
Trying to get back.
So they're running no main tank with
Big old group.
I tried.
This is
Good
not your time.
You're
ain't
not
gonna be
getting rid of
terrible
me
for
that.
Frosty, don't go in yet.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Thanks, either way.
FPS and shot. Crazy right now. I don't know what this combo is right now. I'm just kind of
No, I couldn't look up.
going along with what it is.
Watching your back.
Mercy's low. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Alright, Maze low. Maze low.
A little bit of like falling. I don't know if that's
My will. Knocking down the objective.
back. I'm gonna go ahead
Healed
and
up.
continue chasing and kill more.
Whoa.
We don't
Frosty,
really have
don't go in yet.
anything right now. So we have Nanoblade. They're gonna probably have their Transcendence
good?
there. Stop that, as well as other ults.
I have your back.
So we could ban our Winston here and bait out.
I'm gonna say when we're
Bait out the train.
Helden sterben nicht.
got it.
Pass into the iris.
Yo, wait for the Zen. Ult to go down. Can I get an enemy?
Kind of Nanoblade with.
Mercy, mercy.
Where is that?
If I would have nanoed, he probably
Way
would have
off.
bladed when we already. Ooh, shit. What is on the right side?
No, sir.
Just take back up, back up.
Bad eye. That works on me too much.
لسه في ناس لازم احميهم.
So they don't have a defensive ult, so they can definitely just blade whenever. And then we can always nano our monkey to go back in. So if he holds it for too long, that's going to be kind of bad on his part. If
Can I get Nana now?
Огонь по
You're powered up. Get in there.
No, no, no.
US, baby.
I still got it.
Nice, 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 nice.
And the Widow's still on the right side. Which, I thought the Genji would contest the Widow, so I can hold up there. But I guess that's not gonna happen.
Oh, you ain't going now.
Best round
Oh.
lost.
So our team comp doesn't really work together at all. We have a McCree with a Hog, which hey, it's fine, you can do that. But then you also have a Winston and a Genji. What are they going to be doing? And then you also have the Moira, which isn't going to be healing the Winston or Genji. And then you have the Ana, which can heal the Winston and Genji, but then like you have half a comp that's going to work and half a comp that's not. So half the time we're going to be able to kill a target, but we're not going to have enough follow-up because there's going to be 3 people on a target instead of 6. So that's one thing that a lot of people need to like understand is like we don't have a team comp that works well together.
5,
So now we kind of have somewhat of a team comp that works well together, but now we're running 2 main tanks, which means our main tanks that are playing right now, they won't have any support. There'll be a lot of shielding, but it doesn't mean they're going to be able to support anybody to build.
I think there's some top left, yeah.
Let's get you healed up.
Not second game. Trying to get some people.
This is what will happen in your own games if nobody is calling for you. So this is a loss.
I see. I feel great.
So if there's no people calling targets and somebody's in the
Alright,
back
we're gonna top left that thing.
Yeah, time to
you're
heal up.
gonna die.
Are we?
Stay together. Yeah, we're coming.
Alright,
So,
I think so first.
wait, no, nobody? Okay, looks like we got everybody. Now we have an off tank that's gonna help our rest space that really wasn't trying to take. But, I mean,
It's Widow.
Right side mortar.
but once again, if we were total between walking over us because we have no
Werewolf's coming.
we have no focus bar.
You can go, man.
Everybody knows, like, this analogy that you can kind of say is like, if there's a baby crying in a theater, everybody knows that mother or father should take the baby out and let him go down outside the theater. Everybody knows that, but nobody's saying it. So this is the situation that we have here, is that everybody knows the problem right now,
Огонь по готовности!
but they're not actually doing anything about it, and nobody's actually saying, hey, we need to do that. We have ults here, so I can probably go ahead and start fighting this.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
I just need to get
Everybody else, because once one person hits Q, everybody's going to go Q, and there goes another 3 ultimates by their team, which means it's at 85%, so we can probably maybe be able to...
we gotta pop our rolls and
It's gonna make you feel better.
Everyone's already safe.
push hard.
I can't really.
Check this out.
Died on my way. Okay, so seems to be the biggest problem here is literally just team comps. So that's what we're gonna work on today. All right. So did anybody want to watch play the game? Are you guys ready to back out?
Play of the game.
Back out.
Oh, as soon as it's not our team, we're going back out.
Yes.
Yeah.
See how it is.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Some of the biggest problems are of the team.
We weren't talking.
Yeah, that's definitely that'll do it. What's another thing?
We just weren't communicating at all.
So, let me ask you guys a little question. I like to use this analogy as well. If you're going to cook food, what's the first thing you have to have?
The supplies.
The ingredients.
All right. So let me now
thing
that you know you have to have the ingredients before you cook anything, right? Would it make a difference what type of ingredients you get? If you get good, rotten, raw, uncooked, or moldy, or fresh ingredients, what's going to make a bigger difference?
The season.
Moldy players.
Yeah, right. If you're picking tomatoes and you see some really nice ripe tomatoes, and then you get the ones that have flies on them, that's probably gonna make your food taste terrible, right? No matter how good of a cook you are, it's still gonna taste bad. So, first off, our comp was pretty bad. That is our ingredients, right? We can't do anything well if we don't have a comp that's going to work together. So, on our first point, we ran a Winston, Genji, Ana, Moira, Hog, and McCree. Okay, so tell me how does that team comp work together?
Didn't.
Why do you say that?
Wait. What do we have in the beginning? We didn't.
We
I
had
don't
a
think we had a
Winston,
filter.
Genji, we had a Ana, we had a Moira, we had a McCree, and a Roadhog. Why do
I'd
those?
say
Why do
Moira
those? Why do those
be
work
good.
We don't have
together?
a
And
main
why
tank
don't
to
they
lead the
work?
way.
I say Moira would not be a good option for heals.
Yeah, I was thinking something crazy like hook, then like flashbang, and then instant kill.
Okay, so you got some synergy with the
Yeah, I was
hog.
trying to get the healers. Yeah, I was
So you got
trying to-
synergy with the hog and McCree. That's fine. That's good to be thinking of. Okay, what about the other 4 people in your team though? Okay, anybody
Well,
else? Like, why does the other stuff work and why does it not work together?
I think I was doing.
We had
good at
Moira on the
DPI.
first.
Yes.
Moira I don't think is a good choice for heals on that first, especially with Winston.
So Winston and Moira is not going to work together. So we know that's not going to work well together. But does it work together with anything else in our team comp?
Yeah, I mean, if we had. You
No,
mean
not,
with the
not
one
if
we
we
had?
What did we have?
I mean, it
So-
works okay with Hog.
Yeah, right. Because they all stay around the same area. So
Yeah.
what I'm getting at
And
is
Otto's
that we
working
had
with me.
3 people that could do something long range, and we had 3 people that did stuff short range. There was not one person that said, "Hey, we need to do this. We should probably play this way. We should do that." Right? And that goes off the communication. That's the next thing that needs to happen. Like you have to, like if you don't know what team comp you're going to go, somebody needs to communicate what you're going to make.
Yeah.
Or what you're going to do.
And I agree. I would have said something if we. Now that you say something, I would have said something because we had Winston to reset at one point, which I wouldn't advise.
I mean, it doesn't matter now. You've already lost the tournament. You've lost the match. You've lost everything. It doesn't matter. Like, I've told everybody before we started, take this as a try hard, take this as a comp game.
Okay,
So,
true. You did.
yeah, that's here nor there on that. So, we start out on a team comp that halfway works and halfway doesn't. So, that's fine if you're going to run that. I mean, I've had worse games in my ladder games and Diamond and Masters. It happens. Now, how do you fix that? With communication, right?
Yep.
You can fix that by team coordination, by making sure you play to each other's strengths and stuff, right? So if you do that, now, if you have more coordination than an enemy team, you should be okay. Now, obviously, if they have the equal communication, equal mechanical skill, but their team comp's better, the team comp's going to win every day. Then you have to switch your team comp. But if you are beating them in one or the other, then you can probably lack a little bit. So, like, if you have god tier mechanical skill, you'll probably be fine all the way up until Masters. But you can probably win all your 1v1s. But until you have to think of game sense and positioning and stuff like that, okay, now you're going to be lacking a lot because the people that are at the same tier of your mechanics are going to have better positioning, better game sense, which will outplay you, no matter how good your mechanics are, because now you're at an even playing field on the mechanics side. So, with the team comps, you want to make sure that you're building some stuff around the same objective, right? If you're wanting to do this, then let's do this. If you're wanting to do this, let's do this. It doesn't matter. If you're not able to do that, somebody should at least be able to call targets, because nobody was calling anything. And that was very, 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 very apparent.
Is everyone in voice chat?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Everybody has a mic.
I'll try to talk. I'm sorry.
So that was very apparent on the second map, right? Because who was our biggest problem on second map?
Reaper.
Yeah, right? And how many times did anybody call it the Reaper?
I don't know.
You don't know, or you just don't want to say?
No. Nobody.
Because it didn't get called out once. We played...
I didn't even notice him, honestly.
We played 6 minutes, or 3 minutes on that map, or 2 minutes on that map, and he did not get called out one time. So he literally walked in front of us. Nobody used any abilities on him to kind of focus him down. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing.
Needed a break for him, for sure.
You didn't need anything. You needed people to focus fire, because he was there by himself. Maybe with one
He's
of his
a good,
team.
but Brig is a good counter now.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Brig stuns him and nobody follows up on damage because
Dude,
Brig
no.
stuns him and-
I agree with that for sure. I'm just
So,
saying counter.
Yeah, definitely. If you have a better team comp, yeah, it might work a little better.
I
If you have better,
Brig.
yeah, if you have a better ingredients, yeah, but if you don't know how to cook it, it doesn't make a difference.
Okay, as long as everyone's open, I'll make suggestions.
Yeah. The other thing, well, we didn't really use that many ults, and we didn't really get like a whole big overalting, so the alting thing was fine for the most part. Genji, I think you asked for Nano at the beginning of
and then we got
toward the end. What you got? What you got grabbed, which is fine. They just ulted a little before us, and if we was communicating or something, the timing of the ultimate would have been fine. But you asked for it earlier than that. You asked for it when we had 4 kills. And you said, "Oh, nano me after Zen ult." We already killed 4 people. The Zen's literally there, just wasting his ult. So if I had no idea, because I'm not watching kill feed, if I'm the same rank everybody else is, I'm going to hit Nano, you're probably going to hit Blade right after. Now we literally just waste 2 ults to kill 2 people? Maybe 3 if somebody overextends and comes out? Maybe?
Yeah, the Zara was there. It was only 3.
So, like, there's no benefit. It's much better to do that when the fight's about to start and be able to get 1 or 2 people and have them reset even longer. So, keep an eye on your kill feed, stuff like that. And keep an eye on like what ults they're using. It's really good that you called out the Zen's using ult. Okay, we're on Blade right after. Okay, that's good if they have 6 people alive or something. They didn't. So keep that in mind when calling for ults and stuff like that. Other than that, like yeah, if you aim for the head, it does 2 times damage.
Yeah, that's what I do, and that's how I get killed. And that's how you kill the other people.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, kills isn't everything. I mean, you can kill as many people as you want on the enemy team. If we don't take the objective, your kills are pointless.
Objective.
Because you can have Goldie limbs. Yeah, because I mean,
I always get a gold objective kill.
That doesn't matter. If
Okay.
if you go in and feed every time, and you get 2 kills and then you die, and you get another kill and then you die, and then you go and get you're going in as a 5v6 every time or 5v5, and you're just feeding. I've had this time a couple months ago where we was playing this group. We had a Reinhardt. He kept charging into everybody. He had Goldie limbs, gold damage, all that stuff, right? But we literally had no shield to push on, and their team would just wipe us right after. Because Ryan's charging in by himself, doing his own thing. He's like, fuck you guys, I'm out. Like, that's what he's doing. So, yes, you can play that way. Or, no, I'm not saying you are feeding or anything like that. But the other aspect is, you could be playing the wrong hero. Your main job, like, if you're playing tank, your main job isn't to get kills. Your main job is to help either your other tank or to be taking space as a tank. Now, if you're playing DPS, yeah, your main job needs to be making sure you're getting kills, but you also need to be listening to what is being called. That's like your other main job is listening. You have to listen to your team, because if you're shooting somebody in the back line of their team and your back line suffering and they need help and they're saying, oh, focus this person, and you're not doing that, you're the damage dealer. You out of anybody should be doing that. Not doing a 1v1 with somebody else and trying to do your thing. So that's another thing. And then like making sure you're picking the correct hero and stuff like that. Because you can have Goldie limbs as far all day long. Okay, you're hitting everybody, but it doesn't make a difference. You can have gold damage all day long, but you're not actually killing anybody. You're not taking the right places and stuff. It doesn't matter. You can have gold damage as Bastion. You need damage? Okay, yeah, Bastion does 200 DPS. Doesn't mean it's the right pick, right? So keep that in mind whenever like looking at medals and stuff like that. Just because you have a gold medal in it doesn't mean doesn't mean it's right. So and I think Arrow mentioned this yesterday about like play of the games aren't always the best play of the game, because you could kill 2 people as your team, right? So say if it was our Genji or whatever, we kill 2 people, and then Genji gets nano, he kills the other 4 people, right? He's probably gonna get play of the game. Was that a good ult? Yes or no?
No.
No, it would have been good if you got all 6.
No, it wouldn't be good if he got all 6. It would have been good if he held his ult, because we already killed 2 people. That's a 1 fight. So it doesn't matter if you kill fall all people with your ult. Doesn't matter if you kill one person. Doesn't matter if you kill 10. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The thing is, if you're going to get play of the game or something like that, and you're not actually contributing to the right play or the right time to use your ult, it doesn't make a difference how many kills you get. Because if we kill 2 originally, Genji uses ult, kills 4 more, what does that matter? We already killed 2 people before he ulted. There was no need to use that, right? It's a 4v6. Yeah, you already won that fight. So that's something you want to be taking taking a look at when using ults and stuff. So what do you guys want to work on? We can work on team compositions. We can work on like target calling if you guys want to work on that. If you guys didn't have terrible time using ults, so I'm not gonna like really say we need to use like work on ult usage. But the biggest stuff is going to be like communication and like team comp building and stuff like some of those. So what do you guys like? If you guys want to type in the group chat, go ahead, type either team comp or communication a little bit.
As far as what needs to improve?
No, what you guys want to work on. You guys get to pick.
Communication for sure.
Type it in chat so I can just add up. Because it's not as easy as that. Well, Genji needs to 1v1 the Widow, but he didn't. Like, he never done the Widow. What about the McCree? Oh, you already killed it. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, same thing.
To the side.
Okay, so it looks like we have 3 people for communication, 2 people on the team comp. So, we can go a little bit on the team comp, and I can kind of make some team. I'm not gonna make the team comp, but I'll give you ideas of what you can want to play on each map, and you guys can just kind of pick. Obviously, if we're picking mobile tanks, we need to pick mobile DPS or long range DPS. If we're picking non-mobile tanks, then you need to pick non-mobile heroes or burst damage things to help them when they get close.
You're gonna coach the comps on the next map.
Yeah, I'll be telling you guys like, hey, these are things that you could play here. If not, we can play something else. Or we can play like these couple roles, and this is where this is going to be strong. This is where it's not going to be strong.
Can you let us pick first, and then?
No, we only have 30 seconds. It's going to take too long. Because there's a lot of stuff in this meta right now that's going to be pretty viable. So it just kind of depends on what the map is and everything. But we're going to work on communication. So we're going to work on we're just going to work on target calling first before we do any of the other 2 roles of communication. Because there's 3 major roles of communication in a team setting, and that's target calling, shot calling, and ult tracking. And
wait, are you going to talk at all in the next match?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're just going to work on target calling because that is something everybody should be able to do, right? So is anybody here wanting to target call so we can all
Sure.
Okay, so Flickety will be our target caller, right? So as soon as we get to the fight and the fight starts happening, you need to be calling targets on who,
but
where.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, they left. Go ahead.
I was gonna say depending on what I see. Like, let's say, in terms of like,
I say a healer should do it.
It doesn't matter. Everybody here should be able to do it.
Okay.
No matter what role you're playing, everybody here should. Like for me, I could do shot calling, ult tracking, and target calling, kind of all at the same time. Yeah. Or I can do one pretty well.
But there shouldn't be just one person shot calling. Like I'll make
on an actual
calls.
Team,
like if I see somebody 1 or low, then I'll call.
Yeah. So. Now let's go over how you need to be making your target calls correct, because it's not only important that you make target calls, it's making sure you're making the educated target call, right? Because you can call whatever target you want, but if it's not the best target call, we're still going to lose. So a couple of things there's one major thing that you want to think of first when you're calling a target, is how many people on your team can kill that target. And if the answer is 2, it's probably not the best target. If the answer is 5, 6, you want to get as close to 6 as possible. And that's the first thing you want to go off of. Okay? After you pick that, you want to think of the other things that you was mentioning already. Hey, Einhard, by the way, or Ein, welcome to the group. Happy you was able to make it. So, The next thing that you want to be doing is seeing if somebody's out of position, see if somebody is low on HP, see if somebody has used an ability, or somebody has an ultimate and they're high priority, stuff like that. Those are 4 things that you want to be thinking of when calling your targets. Or picking a target. So you can say, oh, let's focus Ryan, and then we're all on Ryan, and then we know Reaper has ult, he teleports in behind. Okay, you switch the target immediately to Reaper, because Reaper's going to have ult or something like that, right? So it's perfectly fine for you to do that, or if Lucio boops somebody and somebody goes into our team, we focus that person, or Ryan charges into all 6 of us, no matter what we're doing, we should probably just kill that Ryan, because Ryan's way out of position. So those are things as a target caller you want to be thinking of constantly when picking targets. Also, if a target guy dies, just switch targets. So pick the next one. Any questions on your role of target calling?
Nope.
Okay. So did anybody have any questions in Twitch, or did anybody here have any questions that you wanted me to ask before we get to our next match?
Nope, let's go.
Alright, looks like everybody's good. I have 99 out of 100 on Zenyatta, and I don't know what the last spray is that I'm supposed to unlock. And it's not the achievements, because I've already did all the achievements for Zenyatta. I just have it. There's nothing here that I need to unlock that's not from the base game.
How many do you have? Like total? Big amount?
I have 99 out of 100. Sprays 33 out of 34.
For Zenyatta?
For Zenyatta. And I have no idea.
I only have a total of 98 things for him.
I have Overwatch League stuff.
Ah, okay.
But I just don't know what is the last thing I have to unlock for Zenyatta. And it's so annoying because it was 98 yesterday, so I'm just like, what in the heck is the last thing? And it's a spray out of everything. It's not like a skin. Okay, so most teams are going to be going like Ryan Zarya here. You can run Ryan Diva here if you want. Sombra is going to be a good pick. Hanzo is going to be a pretty good pick. Widow is going to be a good pick. You want to have a hit scan, so your hit scans could be, you could either run a Widow, you can run a Soldier, you can probably run a Widow or McCree. Those 2 things are going to be okay if we're going to run the Hanzo. Healers, you can run Ana Lucio, you can run Mercy Zen, you can run Mercy Lucio, and that's pretty much it on the healers. So Ana, Lucio, Mercy, Zen. Those are the 4 healers you can play. Tanks, Ryan, Zarya, Diva.
Ryan, Zarya. All right, I'll go Zarya, but for this, is Orisa not a good pick?
Not unless you're going to be playing like a bunker.
Incoming in 30
That's
okay.
The only time
I
really
get that. I got that.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to steer away from bunker as much as possible. Just because, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to target call. Because Dash is going to kill pretty much everybody. Alright, so we need to be sitting up back here onto the point where I'm at. And pretty much Hanzo, you're going to be worried about shield break. And Mercy, you need to be damage boosting the Hanzo to break the enemy team's shield. That's pretty much our game plan here. And Widow is just going to be taking angles on the other side of the team to try to pick people off. And there's one, so we're good. Which means we can kind of play a little more aggressive if they play close. But essentially, we're just going to kind of wait them out, break their shield before they break ours. So Hanzo, your main goal right now is literally continue shooting the shield. Alright, there's another one, so we can start playing a little closer now.
Let's get you here,
Get a little closer and shield. Alright, so they got their spawn back, so we need to pull back. We need to speed back.
Turn it up.
They're using their abilities. Ryan shield's going down, so you can go ahead and drop your shield. We have a Widow, so make sure our healers and stuff are playing corners. So, our Widow's still picking people off, so it's not like we have to really do anything. We need to rotate until there's Reaper. So alright, so go ahead and start target calling. The fight's getting a little closer, so we need to start calling targets already.
Right side.
Who are we on?
Right side, Reaper low.
Everybody on Reaper. Everybody should be on Reaper. Next target. Next Next target.
Run low, run low, run low.
Everybody on line. Wanna boot right
Focus on
into
me.
it?
Focus on me.
Anna right side low, Anna right side low.
This is winnable. Alright, next target. Next target.
Run.
Wanna boot right it? Okay, everyone. Everybody on the line. Okay, next target.
Reaper.
Everybody's on Reaper. Everybody should be focused on Reaper right now. He has no rage. Everybody's focusing on Hanzo. Okay, now we need to start regrouping.
Reaper's behind us. He's getting healers.
Okay. So we're down on Mercy, which means we kind of need to play a little slow. So we don't need to peek as much. We just need to kind of wait for them to kind of push in. We have ults if we need it, but we're trying not to use any ults. You can go ahead and use Hanzo Dragons now. Use Hanzo Dragon. Right, we can go ahead and push into this while they're running this push out. All targets.
Right side.
Ryan's one,
Ryan.
The dragon.
Oh, come on.
Ball.
Reaper, right side. Ball.
Ball next. Okay. Alright, so let's get reset. Anytime the fight's over, you want to reset back to the spot where you are normally at. Hanzo, try not to peek in front of the shield because they still have a Hanzo. You don't want to get picked off and waste the res. You don't have to die, don't. And try to use your recon arrow for the Widow so that she can get easier shots. So use it around walls where they might be held up, stuff like that. Everybody should still be focusing breaking the shield in the neutral fight here. So balls on our Widow. Good. Alright, so we got try not to start
Reaper right side. Keep main. Right side. Ryan. Ryan's half. He's healed. Ryan's half.
Yeah, Ryan's half.
Fire at will.
Reaper.
Oh, he's so low.
Everybody needs a group of 1 point.
Reaper low.
Everybody's on Reaper. Reaper.
One back point.
Sorry about the grab. I was trying to get more.
So right now, I probably don't even have to shoot anybody. I'm just gonna let them kind of target pull and see how.
I should have comboed.
Focus fire is.
Feel the healing beat.
He's behind us now.
Check this out. I see.
He's up top.
Okay,
Up top.
Ball behind.
Oh, so Zoom system. Oh, he's low.
Targets.
Ryan half. Ryan low. Nice. Behind. Mortar behind.
Everybody on where? Help our widow.
Help Ryan.
I
can't fly to you there. Yeah, you're okay.
Hamster's right here.
Call targets.
Moira, her right side.
Moira on the right. Next target.
Everybody's on right.
Right side. Doom.
Everybody on Doom. Everybody should be on Doom right now. Everybody on Doom. Okay, next target. Next target.
Break behind.
Break behind. Everybody should be on break.
Break behind.
Break behind on point. Everybody behind.
Alright, now Reaper.
Now Reaper.
Or back. She's low. Reaper's low.
Next target.
Mercy down.
Call targets.
Doom.
Okay, next target.
Ball.
Everybody on ball.
Ryan.
Oh, let's break it. Damn.
Call targets.
Please go.
Ryan.
Come on, everybody on Ryan.
It's gonna make you feel better.
Ryan.
Everybody on Ryan. Focus Ryan.
Moira.
Moira next. Everybody on Moira. Everybody on Moira. Camping on point.
More. She's low.
Fire at will.
Okay, more.
Ball.
So, if you guys was watching on Twitch, I told you guys I wasn't going to shoot for the last minute and a half. And I didn't shoot for the last minute and a half. I let you guys do focus fire. So,
Nice.
even if you're not all shooting, you've seen how effective the focus fire is, right?
Yeah.
Like even in the play of the game here, you're not gonna see any Lucio shots. I wasn't shooting anybody. Because you guys had focus fire. Everybody is literally shooting the same target, right? So now you can kind of see how effective and stuff can happen if everybody's shooting the same target, because we're all focused on the same thing. If people are shooting whatever the fuck they want, and I mean nothing's ever going to die. So that was much better than the round on Nepal. I hope everybody can kind of agree on that.
Yeah, that was good. That was amazing.
Yeah. So now with everybody kind of understanding that, that's something that you want to be taking into your own games. If nobody's talking, and there's a lot of times where you'll be playing your own competitive games. If nobody's talking or anything like that, just go in and be the one to call targets. It doesn't matter if only 5 people's in voice chat or 2 people's in voice chat. Call for that other person that's listening, so at least it's 2 people trying to kill a target, then 3, or then 0, just you. Or like say if it's 5 people in voice chat, and like how I wasn't shooting anything, now you have 5 people shooting something instead of 1 person, or instead of everybody shooting something else. So that's something you want to be like taking a part of, or taking account of, like when you're playing your own games. Be the target caller. Be the person that can actually tell people what to focus and where to focus. So good job on the target calling. Good job on like positioning and stuff like that. Not pulling forward and stuff, or pushing too far forward. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Does anybody have any questions from that last round before we get into our next one? Okay. Yeah, so literally the last minute and a half, I didn't shoot at all. I booped the Rhine closer to them once, but that was it. Everything else was literally just me repeating whatever he's saying. I may not even see the person. I don't know where they're at. I'm not even shooting them, and I'm just calling stuff so that everybody can kind of focus.
Welcome to Junkertown.
Alright, so this map can be, like, you can run double sniper
Prepare
here
your defenses.
on defense.
Select your hero.
With the Hanzo Widow again. You can run Sombra if you want. I wouldn't really necessarily say running Genji would be okay here. You can run Rhine Diva. You can run Orisa Hog if you want to run Orisa Hog. Zarya's not going to be great here, and
I'll main. So Ryan.
You can go Rhine Diva. You can go Orisa Hog.
Okay.
You can go Orisa Diva if you want, but normally if you don't go supports
Rhine
can
Diva.
go Zen, or not Zen, Ana Lucio.
This is gonna make Rhine Bastion, my dude.
We're not going to run Bastion.
Attackers incoming in 30
I'm going to try to stick away from the Bastion.
Ryan Diva's alright.
Yeah, Rhine Diva, yeah. Because you're going to want to be able to help kill for everybody and stuff.
Is it like a bad idea to like pull like your fire strike?
No.
Sorry.
So what we can do here, we can hold close up here where I'm at. Come up here. Come up here. Everybody come up here.
Everybody.
And we hold into this little house. Other than Widow. Hold on the house here. Hold on this house where Lucio's at. And we don't let the cart move. And then we die on cart.
Should I dive sniper?
You can, but we just don't let the cart move here. Call targets. Call targets.
Our blaster.
Rita.
Actually, yeah.
Hard for me to kill people through their body.
That's fine. We die on cart. If we die, we die on cart.
Yeah,
so everybody die on cart. Everybody die on cart. So we wasted about 4 minutes, or not 4 minutes, about a minute.
We got a good amount of charge.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go back in and we're gonna hold under the bottom, under the bridge. So
We have good
hurry
old
and get out.
charge. Didn't need that.
Where's our Ryan at? Okay, Ryan's here. Alright, so go bottom. Go bottom here. Go through the house, go through the house, go through the house, go through the house. Go, hold him where your Lucia's at. Hold him where your Lucia's at. Follow your Lucia. Ryan, they're getting past. They're getting past. Alright, we hold him here now. Ball target.
Lucia's low, Lucia's low.
Lucia.
Knock them off.
Behind us in the house. Beat him.
I'm stuck.
Oh, let's break this.
Lucia behind. Lucia behind.
Stay in the house.
Oh, focus Diva. Oh, focus Orisa.
Next target.
I need heals, my dude.
I'm trying.
Everybody on point.
Behind.
Everybody go to point.
Focus Diva.
Diva.
So we need to all get to this house on the left.
Diva.
Everybody go to the house on the left. Everybody go to the house on the left.
Above, John Clo, above.
Alright, so Ryan, hold the Diva, you need to be in this house as well. Alright.
I have nano.
Yeah, go ahead, Nano Ryan. Let's go to point. Go to point.
Oh my god, he came back for me.
Targets.
Or get road. Get John. John low.
Diva next. Or right side.
We can push into this. We're up. Go. All targets.
Oh, let's break it.
All targets.
Risa.
Everybody on a Risa.
Oh, I'm not Nano. I'm purple.
I know you are.
Risa half. Need heals.
I have no more shield.
Targets. Die on cart if we're gonna die.
Risa half.
Die on cart.
Oh, there's a bomb over there.
I'm getting any point without dying on cart.
Let's get you healed up. Let's take it
Alright,
from the
Hanzo,
top.
don't die here. Just stay where you're at. We should be able to recontest at the last
Feel
second.
that? Check this
So,
out.
I
wait for you
I
guys to
can
go
like,
again.
I have this thing.
hold on. Not yet, Ryan.
Oh, sorry. I got a
not
pick
there,
though.
right?
One
Okay,
down.
go now.
Dragon.
I have nano.
Here, let's go.
Stay on.
Stay on.
We shouldn't need any ults here.
Risa.
Yeah, no more ults.
Diva.
Lucio got the healer.
Diva.
Diva.
Gonna make you feel better.
So, you see where we was holding every single time when we played this? Every single time we died, we didn't let them move the cart, right? So we got 3 fights in, and we almost guaranteed overtime just by holding in these certain areas.
Left side.
We can dragons here.
Dragon.
Anna, try to stay further back. You're like way too close to the team.
I'm trying to heal the
Focus
tank.
Risa.
That's fine. If you need them to pull back,
Arista.
I need focus Risa.
You're on the other side of the cart.
It's coming to left.
Oh good, I didn't get anyone.
It's
I was
fine.
jetted.
Yeah. We have Nano here, so you can use Nano if somebody gets low.
Lucio.
Oh, focus Lucio.
Everybody
low.
on Lucio. Keep calling targets. Lucio's
Drunk.
dead. Junk next.
Alright, Diva now.
Next target. Diva next.
Wait, she's
Ryan.
back.
That's true.
Get you healed up.
Nice job, guys. So see how notice where we was holding each time. We didn't let them catch the cart. Every time we came back from Sun, we had time to just hold where we was. Except for the second little contest we did, it was a little tough. So like you're pretty much holding in every single house there. And if you die on cart, like this is a lost fight, but they're still they just now started moving the cart. So if you can do that on Junkertown and kind of convince your team to just hold there and die on the cart, you end up getting 3 fights in, which will get you your ults back and stuff like that. So did anybody have any questions on the stuff about like why you pick those heroes, why you pick this, why you play this area, anything like that, or? No? Okay.
I mean, when you're saying calling targets,
Welcome to Japan.
sometimes I don't, like, I see a few people, but it's not like imminent that we always attack them, I guess.
If they're in range to where we can go into them, then just call it. It doesn't matter. Because your Hanzo and Widow can still kill it. Like, obviously, if 6 people can't get it, call the most optimal pick. If only 2 people
because sometimes there's people on left and right, and I don't know how much health they have yet. You know what I mean? Like
you just got to think of how high priority of a target are they. Are they a tank? You already know what is the most effective role in Overwatch.
Okay, so you're saying the tank.
Yeah, if it's a tank or something that is out in the open, then yeah, kill the tank. If it's a healer that's out of position, kill the healer. It just kind of depends. Because you already know that the tanks are the most effective, and shortly after are the healers, and then the least effective is the DPS. But if the DPS is on high ground or something like that, then now they become a threat. So certain priority. So we can still run the same team comp. If you want to run Orisa Hog, you can run Orisa Hog, but we're still going to run the double sniper. Double sniper.
Okay, so what are some other options with Ryan? Like, I'll go D.Va probably, but what about like?
D.Va's probably going to be the best pick here, like just on this map.
Matter what.
Yeah, because there's high ground. This map is really long
Open
range.
space.
It's just going to be a lot easier to have the D.Va there. Now, if you ran Orisa, you can run Orisa Hog. That works pretty well here. But so right now, all we need to be doing is going shield break just as last time and hiding behind the cart. Hide behind the cart. Use the cart as cover. Crouch. Hide behind the cart. Hide behind the cart. And just shoot the shield. Camping.
Ran out of range.
All right, now we can call targets.
Orisa.
King Axe up top. I can't really.
Using the wrist right now.
So, DPS should be taking one angle from the left, one angle from the right. That's kind of where you guys need to be. You guys don't need to be with the tanks.
Break.
Orisa.
That man.
Had a good turn.
Break in your back line.
Oh, big shot.
Good now, I'm pulling out.
Rocking that big shot.
I thought I already have my cooldown.
Well, you would have died anyways because your whole team died before that.
Oh, I didn't know. I got like a 5-man shatter.
Yeah.
We need to group better.
I need to keep the payload.
Let's jump on
above, I think.
No one can hide.
Orisa. Orisa. Brig in the back. Brig. Grab more.
Torp. Side.
Nice, got her.
Fine, he ran away. Above, Torp.
Upright.
So, Widow, you should be way out on coast right now, going around by the water tower. And taking
Should I be going up to them?
No.
Okay. Orisa. Ash, Anna right side for it.
What we do
And it's still on sides.
This is gonna be lost. We're down 3 right now.
Yeah. I'm not using anything. Okay.
Watch out on your left arm.
It's fine. You can just die on it. You're not gonna make it out.
Oh well. The turret is.
Hey, Ryan.
We just need to wait. Ryan, if you can make it back, try to make it back. We just need to wait.
Trey's bomb, no matter what on this.
Oh, yeah, you can. I mean, you're like right now. If you wait, if you use it now, you're probably going to get another one before the overtime. So there's a pick. So we can go in on this now. Let's go.
I don't fight him right yet. Okay. Oh, you got one.
That's two. That's two. We're up two right now in this fight.
Fatal down.
And in the back, low. She dead, she dead. Rissa.
Ursa. Who's behind you?
And reloaded.
Ash.
Ash.
Yo, boy.
Alright, point.
The payload has reached the chase.
Widow, how often do you actually play Widow?
She's my main.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I was just making sure.
I think 20 hours on everyone else and 100 on her.
Okay.
I have weird powers.
You're
getting good picks, so yeah.
Right.
Try to back off the thing. Arissa's behind her.
Behind her. Oh, Arissa.
Oh, my mic's about to die, so I'm about to lose communication.
Okay.
I'm trying to boop her up. Sorry, I'm trying to boop her up.
Oh, let's break it.
Wait, my thing doesn't work on
I'm
this.
just gonna put.
Yeah, we can start pushing hard. Leave her back there.
Yeah, leave her.
I got her.
Continue calling targets.
Left side, Brig. Left side.
Get this man. Push him.
All targets.
Focus,
All targets. We're all behind right now.
Hey, cart. Alright, we're dead here.
Yep. Because he wasn't able to focus targets. Just
I was trying.
no, it's fine, it's fine.
I'm staying still.
You might want to keep.
So let's just...
Alright, we have.
Yeah.
Game on.
We need to keep the payload
Alright,
moving.
so right now, we don't have to keep a Widow if we don't want to. We can run a Sombra if Widow's not working out, or we can get
I'd be like
Hanzo,
diving.
and we could run a Sombra
Alright, left him.
or Genji. Alright, so... Go to point. Do you have ults here? We need to use ults.
Purple. Oh, I don't have.
Cease your resistance.
Got the diva though.
Fixed. I'm backing out. Backing out.
Damn.
Alright.
We have ults.
Accelerate.
I think I'm just
I have heat bomb.
Yeah, we're still, I'm pretty sure we're still even.
Loving this.
I'm gonna pull them off.
No one can hide.
So even in terms of ults?
No, like, we
He's
are
coming
even
from up
unless
top, watch out.
Somebody else died. We got 3 kills there.
Auto, dude.
There's a May.
Oh, they're evened up. I'm gonna bomb behind this one.
Oh, let's break it.
Oh, it's like second wave.
Diva. They used a bunch of these. They used all their ults, no?
Because I thought the Rhine was going to charge the Diva bomb.
What's up?
I didn't know the Rhine charged the Diva. I was so confused because I didn't know the Diva was right there. I was confused on what he charged, so yeah. Obviously, yes, I could have went to the right.
Bombing behind,
but,
hopefully.
like, that's something I wasn't even like. I was just more surprised.
Risa.
We can nano our Rhine here. We can nano our Rhine.
Oh, he's really far back, yeah.
Oh, don't start Nano die though. Just because you get nano does not mean you like need to play super aggressive. You can play.
All right, I'm grouping up.
You can play defensive and still get nano.
Yeah, let's pick it up.
The Brig's left
Get
down
on the
there.
attack, or it's game over.
So we got Shatter, so we can speed into him and use
Payload
Shatter.
stuck. Let's get it rolling.
Just get past that Orisa shield and shatter.
Well, you can just Shatter if it's on the card.
True.
Shatter the floor.
Go shatter.
We waited too long. So that's gonna be it.
Yeah, that's right. Try it.
If somebody gets an ult, then We waited
We
2
needed that
hours.
Rhino for
Yep.
sure.
That's fine. There's just too much hesitation, which will win or lose games. If you, hesitate, if you don't hesitate, you could win games. If you hesitate too much, you lose games.
I only have an opening to do.
It doesn't matter. You had an opening when you first walked up. The shield was on the cart. You should have used it Q.
No, I got frozen.
You didn't get frozen.
Wait, from. You still get stunned?
You had more than enough time to hit Q.
Yeah, because it was on the cart.
If we could group replay stuff, I could show you and see. But
that would be kind of a cool feature.
I don't think we can group replay.
You just gotta do it early when the shield is. I mean, if the shield was on the ground, that would be a different story.
Oh, I didn't know. But
Yeah,
still gets blocked.
If somebody is on cart, and this is why you never usually see Rhine players on the cart. If they are on the cart, you can shatter on the cart or like on the ground, and the shatter will hit the Rhine on the cart. Because the shatter has a however tall it is, it will still hit. Yeah, go ahead, donkeys. Or Donnie, sorry, I said donkeys. But yeah, you can still shatter the people that are on the cart if the shield's not on the ground. So most of the time, if you ever see somebody on the ground or if the shield's on the cart, you'll see them like backing off or something like that because you don't want to get shattered. So that's just knowing how the game works and stuff like that, and you just didn't know that. So.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm gonna actually dip for now because that was 4 games I think, and I gotta get up.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was great. Yeah, see y'all.
Cool. See ya.
Yeah, I learned a lot. See ya.
Yeah. Actually, I'm probably go ahead and call it as well, because it's going to be like, it's 2 in the morning, so he makes a good point. So,
it's 3.
if I can go ahead and open this up for discussion for another 5-10 minutes if you guys want. If you guys have any questions or something like that, we can do that. Hold on 1 second. So, is there any questions or something like that you guys wanted to bring up?
Trying to think of something.
So I just changed it to like a discussion only or questions only.
Okay.
So we're doing this for about 10 minutes or so. Hold on 1 second. There we go. For whatever reason the camera wasn't going to reload. Hey Limitless, how you doing? Hey, Trunkbard, how you doing? Welcome to the group.
Thanks.
So, do you guys have any questions or anything like that? Or also anybody in Twitch, if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and post them as well, and read those off, or just kind of sit here. Hey, Limitless, welcome to the voice channel. So no questions?
Okay, so with Winston, sorry about the Winston questions.
No,
but,
you're fine. Go ahead.
I just want to know like what I'm trying to ask without having to answer for every map. But so where is Winston bad on defense or attack? On
Winston's not always going to be bad unless it's like he's not going to be bad in the sense of where Ryan's probably going to be a lot better. And on defense, the only time you really want to be banking on the Winston is if you know Winston's going to be a better pick than Ryan most of the time. So like watch point Gibraltar, first point, second point. Most of the time people's going to be running a Winston, and it's going to be more beneficial for that Winston to play because there's high ground. They can't shoot him as easy. He gets all the stuff that I was talking about Winston from earlier. So
for
most
attack
of the
and defense.
Yes. So running Ryan there, you're going to be at a disadvantage on first and second. If you run a Ryan into a comp that's going to be taking high ground and shooting down from you, because you're not going to be able to do anything against them. And then even if you do drop down, then, or if you're playing Ryan, you drop down. All they gotta do is jump back up, and now you're not being able to do anything. You're just gonna be kind of stuck there. But like,
so even on defense on Gibraltar.
Yes. Yes. Unless the only time you're ever like, you can play whatever you want on whatever map you want, but just keep in mind that if there's a better team comp there, people's probably going to be wanting to play the best team comp there. And then it also goes into the fact of like, what is your team comp going to do? If your team comp is very specific with something like how Goats works, if your team comp is very specific on this and you're wanting to go and play this strat, then go for it. But make sure everybody's on the same page before you do that. So if you're going to play Orisa Diva or something, yeah, you're probably not going to get the cool hooks and stuff, but you still need to make sure that your diva is going to be the one to touch a point, and you need to play for each other's strengths, not try to play how you would normally play like in Orisa Hall, and not have anybody touch. Like diva has to be the one to peel, and diva has to be the one to do stuff like that. You have to make sure you're playing those roles correctly, or playing that team comp correctly.
Alright, I'm faded. Let's go.
Alright. So I'm already Tracer asks, when would you go Orisa instead of Ryan? Most of the time, if you're gonna go Orisa, it's like a lot of times it's gonna be on defense, or if it's like a payload map where it's kind of like low ground or advantageous for a Ryan. So since Orisa got her buffs, Orisa's usually is a lot better. So you can run Orisa on attack if it's a Ryan map on some maps where it's not like heavily favored for Ryan. So like King's Row is one of those maps where it's like 90% of the time if you go Ryan, you're probably going to be winning. Just because it's just King's Row. Now yes, you can play other stuff into it. You can play other stuff on defense, other stuff on attack, but most of the time you're going to be seeing Ryan. It's mostly going to be Ryan Zarya. So, like, you got to know like where Ryan's not going to be as strong, and that's when you can put stuff into the mix of like where you can put this and where you can sprinkle this in and stuff like that. But on some maps like Watchpoint Gibraltar, like I said, with Winston's going to be better. So, yeah, when you would want to go Orisa instead of Ryan, whenever Ryan's not going to be as powerful as he is.
And what are the best off tanks with Winston?
Diva.
Just Diva and mainly?
Pretty much Diva.
Okay.
Like, you could maybe a Zarya, but like most of the time it's going to be Diva. There's not any other, like, Diva's the only tank that can do everything. Diva's the only one who can get to high ground and mobility and stuff like that, like Winston. So.
Okay.
And you can always run, like, you could run a Winston with a Wrecking Ball or a Winston with a Reinhardt. You can run double main, but you never want to start out on those team comps. It's more than acceptable to run double main, 2 hit scans, 2 projectile. Like, it's fine doing that. but you just need to know that you don't want to start on those things unless you're doing something very, very specific. So like everybody knows 3 months ago when you would run the Orisa, Reinhardt, Bastion, like 2 main heals for the Bastion and like something else, right? You're running like a pirate ship and they ain't shielding anything. So everybody knows about that. And that's something very specific for a very specific map, for a very specific playstyle. You're not going to run Orisa Ryan any other time. So keep that in mind. Hold on 1 second. It should let you play. I don't see why it's not letting you play. SR. There it goes. Oh, the whatchamacallit has to go first. So the exclamation point has to go first if you want to do Song or if you want to do Song or Crest. That's what you want to be doing, is doing the exclamation point first. I thought it was second. So any other questions that somebody has? If I forgot about like what the question was or something.
So double shield you're not really going to start out with, but you could end up doing.
Yeah, like you can always start out on. You always want to start out with a decent team comp, and then you can always sub stuff out to fix something better. Like say if a Genji's destroying your backline or something, you can go Ryan Winston and help deal with that. So it just kind of depends on what is going on the enemy team.
Okay.
So, but you're never gonna want to say, "Oh, let's run Ryan Winston." Like, what? Why would you ever want to run?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like,
true.
So, just be ready to substitute stuff out and switch stuff out and be open to it. 'Cause sometimes
what do you
it'll
mean?
work.
Full main tank is the meta.
Yeah, right. You're on a Orisa Winston, easy.
All the best players are doing it.
Arrowwave is asking,
I think they call it the
Impulse, if you're attacking, couldn't you start with double of something or whatever? Not necessarily, because yes, on attack, you can run whatever the fuck you want because you can go back into spawn, but the thing is, alt charge is a thing in the game. But if you start out knowing your team comp probably is going to be playing for something very, very specific and very situational, and then you find out the enemy team's not running that, you lose 5-10% alt charge on its and time, rather than just running something correct and then switching to it later. So it just kind of depends on that. So like a lot of times, like when we're playing on Nubani for our team, we'll have a Sombra Scout. But everybody else will be on the main role that we're going to run. Most of the time, we're probably going to run Goats on Nubani, so we're already beyond our Goats heroes, so that by the time Sombra Scouts, if we're still running this, everybody already has 5% alt charge or 6% alt charge, just from sitting and waiting. And then if we have to switch them out, then we switch something off and we lose the alt charge. But most of the time, we're going to be running this team comp, so we're already going to be planning for this team comp. And then if we get it, cool, we're already at 5 or 6 alt charge. If not, then we just switch and lose the alt charge. But it's better to start on something that's more common. Alright, so I'll answer like 1, maybe 2 more questions if anybody has any questions. Any more questions?
Is Anna the best healer for climbing? Anna Mercy?
Not really. If you wanna climb without having to worry about your team, I think Moira's probably the best healer.
But she's not really used like. I mean, she's not really used that much in like higher levels. You know?
Yes, because they're not climbing anymore.
Yeah, no, true.
So like, once you get to a certain rank, Moira is gonna fall off very hard. But you gotta think about like what Moira actually brings to the table. She brings a good amount of healing. She brings pretty decent amount of DPS. She has a "you can't kill me" button.
Yeah.
And she has a pretty fast charging ult that you can build really quick, and she has good sustain. So, and lower ranks where you need to have sustain to pretty much win, you're not necessarily playing for certain things. You're just saying who can survive who the longest. And if you can do that, then you win. That's essentially what you're going to be doing in lower ranks. So.
Yeah. I like Mario.
Yeah. So.
Senpai?
I don't usually see her.
Senpai?
Yes, Impulse. Yes. What's up? Alright, so, yeah, that's kind of. Go ahead.
What are your thoughts on the USS Liberty incident, Senpai?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Boomer
the
is
USS
asking.
Liberty incident.
Boomer is asking, how would the new McCree buff affect certain heroes? I think there's going to be a lot more slower team comps getting played with like a Ryan, Zarya, like those types of comps. Anything where, oh, I've had that happen. That happened before.
Senpai, don't you think that George W. Bush just didn't care about black people?
Alright, so if you're just here to just troll, then you can head out. But here, we're going to go to a custom game, and this should join, join team chat should fix.
Alright, sweet.
So you should be able to join the team chat and then come back to it. If it doesn't, okay. But anyways, yes, with the McCree thing, I think comps that are going to be more around the McCree and stuff like that. I think the McCree's going to be good against, or going to be good in those comps where he's already good at. He's just going to be better, so those comps might be played a little more frequently. And anything, and then like now, Soldier may be a little more taken down just because now McCree has such a fast fire rate and its burst damage. Burst damage is always going to beat sustained damage. So, or steady damage or whatever, or damage over time. Burst damage always wins. So.
Now that his damage per second is increased, do you think that it will be played more often and be more of a threat?
McCree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're see a slow rise of him going up. It just kind of depends on what happens, because I don't necessarily know what's going to happen if nothing else changes. I think McCree will start getting a little more playtime because his buff is pretty decent, but even then, McCree's still going to be bad where he's bad. So if he's playing against a Widow, he's still going to lose against a Widow. If he's playing on long range, he's still not going to be great for long range. If there's not a lot of flankers, McCree may not be the best pick. So, like, if he's bad, he's always going to be bad. If he's good, he's always going to be good. And now he's just better at those things, and you can maybe try to sprinkle him in a little more frequently. So, that's kind of like what you can... That's kind of how I believe how the McCree thing is going to go for now. Unless I'm seeing something completely different, where McCree is totally broken, which I don't think he's broken. I just think he's in a little better spot. I'm Already Tracer asks, if someone is toxic to you on your team, should you try to calm them down, or is it not worth it? If someone's already toxic on your team, you can mute them. That's one thing.
You motherfucking bitch, you kicked me?
Okay.
You want to talk about the USS Liberty incident?
Okay.
Block this person. But, yeah, if somebody's already toxic or something like that, you can mute them, and that's kind of all you can do. If they're going to continue to talk shit or whatever, that's on them. Like, you don't need to leave voice chat for them, but you can just mute them and just move on. That's the best thing to do. If you can't if they're not going to calm down or whatever, if they're not going to do that, then that's... But it says, if the root of their toxicity is a hero choice, then it may be fixed. I mean, that just depends on the person. If the person just has some big thing about not playing Mei on Village for whatever reason, it's still going to be a thing. So. I don't know why there's an echo. Oh, that might be why. That might fix the echo. Sorry if there was an echo on the stream. I'll answer one last question before I head out for tonight. Boomer asked a question. So, can you give a few tips for Zenyatta players? Yeah. So, don't suck at your mechanical skill. Alright, so good night. Just kidding. Couple tips as Zen, because I obviously play a lot of Zen, and Ana, because they have similar playstyles. So, like, if you play Zen, learn how to play Ana, because they have very similar playstyles, and they're both highly mechanical skilled. So it's going to be easy transition to go from Ana to Zen. Obviously, they're not the same, but they play similar than playing Lucio.
Is Ana considered a main healer?
Yes.
Like technically? Okay.
Ana, Lucio, Mercy. Ana,
Yeah.
Lucio, Mercy.
Lucio is a main healer?
Yes. And Baptiste is somewhat of a main, somewhat of an off, and Moira's a main as well.
Has Lucio always been considered a main healer?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just has a lot of utility. That's the same thing as like Baptiste too. Well, I mean,
So you can run like Lucio's like Zen.
You can. It's hard.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean you team just has to know how to not take damage. So like back in the first early days of Overwatch when it was dive, you would run Lucio Zen because Lucio had heals and stuff like that. And even in GOAT's meta, Lucio is the main healer.
Yeah.
So like he main heals, but it's not like he heals more.
Yeah, no, I got that. Yeah.
So like that.
I just want to add that Lucio was never always a main healer.
He can be an off healer, but most of the time, even in situations where, like, say if you're playing Lucio Ana, Lucio's not going to be with the team 90% of the time if you're playing Lucio Ana. Lucio's going to be with the Ana.
No, like, I understand that. It's just because he only became a main healer after his buff.
Oh, well, I don't know what his buff was. I know there's been a shit ton of nerfs.
Healers.
Huh? What?
1 minute.
Okay. So, anyways, yeah. But, anyways, so back to the Zenyatta tips. One couple things, and also this works when playing Ana. 3 things you want to be considerate of your positioning when playing those healers is if you're close to a health pack, if you're playing around walls, or if you're on high ground. So those 3 things you want to be like looking into your positioning at all times. So being behind walls, not being like with your team, like not being so close to your team, playing around health packs, high ground, stuff like that. Those are the things you want to be looking for when positioning with them. And if you're moving, you need to be moving from one area that has those benefits to another area that has one or all 3 of those benefits. So those are your rotations, and the rotations are going to be the hardest part because that's going to be where you're the most susceptible to getting killed. So that's some stuff. Arrow, you are like changing songs like ridiculous. I'm gonna have to change it to where you have to donate to change songs. So that's something you wanna keep in mind. And then discording and healing. When I play Zen with I play every hero now with 3 fingers, and I use my scroll wheel for healing and the discord. You can do that if you want. It doesn't really matter, but for me, scroll wheel is a lot easier to discord somebody because I can literally just scroll and shoot at the same time while waiting for a shield to go down or waiting for something to happen, and then get a discord on whoever I want. And then you just continue scrolling down until it lands on the person, or you just focus the person and scroll down on them, depending on how your stuff is. or depending on how sensitive your mouse scroll or your scroll wheel is, I guess how you say that. And then a couple other things with like Zen is when it's a neutral fight, you need to be shooting at shields. You don't need to be shooting right clicks all the time. Right clicks don't really matter. Right clicks are only going to matter during rotations, and that's it. Any other time, you need to be shooting shields, shooting down a choke line or something like that, because you're going to get way more damage. It's like 2.5 times more damage by holding left click rather than trying to right click all the time. And now I'm not saying you can't right click all the time, or not. Well, I am saying you can't right click all the time, but I'm not saying you can't right click at all. But you only want to be right clicking when you're in the middle of that rotation. So like if you're going from this health pack to this health pack, that's when you want to be like maybe trying to do a right click or something like that, because that's an angle you're going to make it to. By the time you make it to that angle, now you have a volley of orbs coming at this new angle, which people will usually be, and that's how you get the volley kills. Any other time, just left click. I think that's pretty much it. With Zen, making sure you have your healing and your Discord orb on somebody at all times. That's like basic stuff with Zen. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Abby, yeah, what's your question? I'm gonna answer. I can answer this one if it's like short, but I'm getting offline after this. So, how do I get to eat that? I don't even know what that is. So, all right. I'm gonna head out. So if you guys have any other questions or anything like that, you guys can join the Discord. Oh, that's not the Discord. That is a YouTube link. Let me copy the Discord for you guys so you guys can join it if you have other questions. What are we listening to right now? So that's the Discord link. If you guys have any other questions, or if you want to keep in touch with me, I have full friend request or full friend list right now. I just accepted 7 today, and I got rid of some more. I usually delete them every couple weeks. But if you want to keep in touch, Discord's the best way to do that. We do pickup games on Wednesdays at like 10:30 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. It ranks from bronze to top 500 to masters, doesn't matter. We'll be playing everybody. And that's kind of where you come in. If you've never done a pug before, think of it as a competitive match without the whole fear of losing competitive points. It's a try-hard type thing where you play to win and you switch and all that stuff. That's kind of the goal of that. Also, if you want to post VODs for VOD review, definitely go ahead and post that. Post those, ping me, I can go over that. There's also another coach in there that's like trying out to be a coach and everything. This is this in person. I'm confused with what that means. And then I think that's pretty much it. There's stuff to like where you can form teams and everything like that, and join teams. There's some recruitments for like teams right now looking. So I think Boomer was. So. Okay.
Yeah, that was me, Abby.
Yeah. I know pretty semi-advanced tips or whatever with most people. I mean, not every single role, but like most things. Okay, so if you guys have no other questions, then I'll see you guys in my next coaching group. If you guys want to know when I do more coaching and stuff, you can follow me on Twitch. If you just want to keep in touch, just do the Discord. Either way, it doesn't really matter. But, alright. I'll see you guys, later. See if there's anything. Alright, so it looks like there's no other questions and stuff like that. So, hopefully, Arrow, you get your computer fixed, so we can have you in our next game, or at least get it fixed before, the scrims, or not the scrims, the pugs. Also, whenever you get your computer fixed or whatever, if you want to talk about, like, getting your team together and kind of getting that stuff set up, let me know. Send me a message or something, and I can kind of help you get that kind of set up, because I know you said you have people fill stuff out by Saturday, and I'm, like, looking in the Discord right now, and there's not a lot of people in there. So, like, you gotta get your stuff kind of organized there. Is it good to play comp when the season's about to end? It just kind of depends if you want. I mean, if you're at a high SR and you're kind of like wanting to start out high next season, then maybe not. Just be wary. It just kind of depends. Well, I mean, that's good. I mean, like I said, if you use Guilded, Guilded's going to be a lot easier to pick up teams and stuff like that. So, or pick up teammates. That's where we found our first team, and that's how I found a lot of my team members is Guilded. Guilded works really good, especially for lower ranks and teams that are like trying to get stuff, kind of figured out. So, oh shoot. There should be no caps. No, that's probably why. It's because my camera was picking up my microphone for some reason. So, sorry about there was an echo in my voice, or it kind of sounded weird. But, okay. Well, I will see you guys, next time in the stream. Hopefully you guys can make it here for tomorrow, unless I'm waiting for the form. I would look for more people before you do the forms, because you don't even know if those people are going to be good. It doesn't even matter. They may not even be able to join the team, and you only have 5 people in your server, 3 people right now. It literally doesn't matter. You don't even have a full team. If you have like 10 people in there already, then maybe. Yeah, I know you said something about the echo, but I didn't know why. And I thought I had the video capture, the microphone on the thing, muted, but for whatever reason it comes out. I don't know what. OBS messes up sometimes. I also didn't have my light on the whole time. But, oh well. But yeah, with the Discord thing and the getting teams, you should be having, like, if you're going to be trying to get your team set up by next week or a week from now, you need to have like 20 people in here. Like, you should have 20 people, maybe a little less, but you should be having like 20 people. That should be your goal for having that, like 2 or 3 of each role. Because there's 6 roles. If you have 3 of each role, you have 18 people in there. So you can have a good one, a bad one, maybe a sub, like, and that's what you need to go off of. Because you don't even know who you're going to find, and you don't know how long it's going to take to find people. So you might as well just start shoving people in there as fast as possible. Alright, so thanks for coming in. Appreciate you guys supporting me and everything like that. Like I said, tomorrow will be Pugs, so hopefully you guys can watch that. But other than that, I will be out for tonight, so...
Watch as this mound disappears as we know.